Today I will be reading chapter 1 of Animal Behavior and Animal Defenses. Please make sure to take a note of what you're supposed to be listening and what time frames you're supposed to be listening to. Okay. Animal Behavior by Christina Wilson. We're going to be reading chapter 1, Avoiding Danger. Do make sure you follow along on your paper because the Kindle does not match up the paper. So make sure you're following along. Chapter 1, Avoiding Danger. A cheetah skulks through the tall grass of the African savanna. Head lowered, she stares intently at the herd of gazelles. Her spotted coat blends in with the dry grass, making her nearly invisible as she sneaks up on her prey. The gazelles continue to graze. Between bites of grass, each one snaps up its head to check out its surroundings. Bright eyes scan the horizon, ears swivel to pick up the slightest sound, nostrils flare to sniff for the scent of a cheetah, lion, or other hungry predators. Suddenly, a few gazelles snort and stamp their feet. The entire herd goes on high alert. The black bands that run down the gazelle's sides quiver, passing along the message, Danger! Then some of the gazelles begin bouncing as if on pogo sticks. They spring high in the air with their backs arched and legs stiff. They land on all fours and then leap again. The cheetah pauses. The gazelles have seen her. It is impossible to launch a surprise attack now. The cheetah depends on one short-lived, startling burst of speed to chase down a gazelle. The gazelles, however, also run fast, hitting speeds of up to 40 miles an hour, and they can keep up this speed much longer. Then it, they can keep up this speed much longer than a cheetah can. Their odd jumping behavior, called starting, signals to the cheetah, "We have seen you, so do not bother to chase us. We are strong and healthy and can outrun you." Outrun you. I'm going to pause here to look at the picture of the gazelle, and you can see what they're doing right now. It's called starting. I'm going to read the little picture caption. This female springbok, a kind of antelope, bounces into the thin air with an arched back and stiff legs. This motion is called starting or pronking. Springbok typically use it to show predators that they are fit and hard to catch. Research shows that cheetahs often avoid hunting starting springbok. Okay, I'm on your book paragraph, page 8. If the cheetah is lucky, perhaps she will find a gazelle fawn hidden in the grass. However, the fawns have tawny coats and can lie still as a stone for a long time. Plus, the fawn's mothers are careful not to give the cheetah any clues as to where their young are hiding. Like most wild animals, gazelles are always watching out for danger. Most often, that danger is another animal, in this case, a hungry cheetah. Even domestic animals such as horses, sheep, and chickens are on the alert for any threat to their safety. Being alert is the first step an animal takes to defend itself. It is one of the many behaviors that animals use to survive in a world filled with predators. Much of an animal's defense behavior comes from within. Most animals are born knowing how to defend themselves. Scientists call this inborn knowledge instinct. I'm going to start at caption page 9, section self-defense. Self-defense. Over millions of years, the many different kinds or species of animals have developed ways of defending themselves. Animals might use protective colors, sharp spines, and excellent hearing. An animal has its defensive tools at the ready at all time, whether or not it is in danger. They are known as primary defenses. The gazelle's primary defenses include its horns, its keen senses, and its speed. A gazelle fawn's primary defenses include its ability to lie still and its concealing coat color. An animal's primary defenses are backed up by behaviors known as secondary defenses. The animal uses its secondary defenses when it confronts a predator. A gazelle uses secondary defenses when it stomps, struts, and runs away, or if it is caught by a cheetah or other predator. Gazelle fawns use the most basic form of self-defense: avoid being noticed. Like the fawns, many animals evade detection by hiding, freezing, or blending in with their habitat. This is called crypsis. It comes from a Greek word that means hidden. Next section, page 10, lying low. Laying low. Laying low. Many animals hide to avoid being noticed. Turn over a stone or stir a pile of leaves to reveal a world of hidden creatures, a worm squirming in the sudden burst of light, a rolled up hail bug, a centipede quickly scurrying out of sight, tiny springtails, and even tinier mites. Trees and other plants harbor animals seeking hideaways. Insects hide under leaves, along stems, and under scraps of bark. Pale trails winding through a leaf show where the pale trails winding through a leaf show where the larvae or young of various moths and beetles are feeding safely between the leaves layers. Etchings in a tree's bark show where beetles have bored inside to feed on its wood while under cover. Many insects have altered plants to create places to hide. Some caterpillars roll up leaves and seal them shut with sticky silk. Weaver ants and seal leaves together with silk made their larvae, which the adult ant uses as if they were glue sticks. Some insects, including species of aphids, midges, and wasps, spur plants to grow protective cases. These cases, called galls, are hard knobs with spongy interiors. As larvae feed on the plant, their saliva induces the growth of these galls. Larger animals also take advantage of the safe shelter provided by plants, rocks, and other parts of their habitat. Birds hide in their nests amid grasses, tuck them among branches, bury them deep inside burrows, and conceal them in tree holes. Staying hidden for many hours is not necessary for an animal that can get to a hiding place quickly. Many small rodents feed close to their burrows, so they can dive into them at the first glimpse of a hawk overhead. Crabs scuttle swiftly beneath stones. The pancake tortoise of East Africa, which has a flat, flexible small wedge, sorry, uh, which has a flat, flexible shell, wedges itself into a crevice between rocks. The turtle braces its legs so that it cannot easily be pulled out of its hiding spot. The chuckwalla, a lizard that lives in the southwestern United States, also darts into the crevices, then it inflates its lungs with air so that its body swells up, in wedging it in place.